It's about the hustle, right? It's about the hustle. It's about the grind. You got to work every day. You got to work 24 hours in a day. You just can't sleep, right? That kind of hustle culture is kind of dead, right? In my opinion. People like Gary Vee aren't being, just held up to the heights that he was, before, maybe a couple of years ago, 2018, right? But that kind of hustle culture is just interesting. So currently right now, I'm doing a lot. I'm hustling, right? Like I'm on my grind. Especially after a breakup, I was just kind of spurred to, just with my newfound money and time, just see what I can do to improve myself even more. I had some things on the back burner that I wanted to try, but, maybe I was just too comfortable at the time, and so I just didn't. So, right now, like I'm doing Krav Maga, which I would highly recommend if you don't know how to fight. It's great. I also go to the gym. I work in an Amazon warehouse, which is very physical. And, I also have another job where I'm, working in a juice bar, and I'm also going to school, right? Like part-time. So like, I'm working like 32 to 28 hours a week, 9 credit hours, gym, Krav, all that shit, plus guitar, like, it kind of gets a lot, right? And on paper, everyone would be like, whoa, bro, like you're doing so much, like you're inspiration. Like, sure, maybe, but the facts say otherwise, man. So about a month ago, I got a urinalysis, and it said that I was pissing out protein, even though I'm eating 3,200 a day, right? And, the 3 months prior to that, I didn't. But I did a body scan after that urinalysis, and pretty much every one of my biomarkers was down. Every single one. I lost muscle mass. I gained fat mass, right? I lost mineral content. I lost everything, man. Like the whole sheet is like red. I could show you, but that's because I just was not recovering enough, not relaxing, not resting enough, just too much, right? I would sit there and, work out not efficiently, right? And I'm getting like 5, 6, 7 hours of sleep, not enough, right? And then I would go like to the gym after work, or, after like manual labor essentially, right? In a hot warehouse. Dumb. But it didn't dawn on me until a month later, until I saw that I was making no progress and I was actually going backwards. Even though I'm going to the gym, even though, I'm doing Krav Maga, even though I'm, working a lot, right? But I'm sitting there throwing calories down my throat and it's all getting pissed out. So what's the point? What I'm trying to focus on nowadays is resting and recovery. The past 2 or 3 days, I've gotten 8 to 9 hours of sleep, which is great. And it's not my average, but it's something I want to make my average. I want to make sure that I'm getting more recovery time. So today I actually skipped Krav Maga because sure, I could get on my ego and just like, yeah, I just went to Krav Maga today. Even though like my body battery is at 0, right, for the day. And I still have a couple more hours in my day. And, I think honestly that long-term will benefit me just because it's not sustainable. That's burnout for you. And if I'm out there like going to Krav every day, if I'm out there like throwing my body away at the gym, and not resting enough, I'm not gaining either. I mean, they always say like, recovery is important, but like, what does that actually look like? What that looks like is when you're pissing your protein away and you're pissing your muscle away. That's what that looks like. That's what the fuck that looks like, because it's been very frustrating to sit there and, go to the gym more often than I did in a month, in the past like 3 months, right? And like, do everything much harder and getting no results and actually backsliding. That's what sucks. So just means that I had to reapproach what I'm doing. I'm taking more creatine just so I can get better muscle recovery, getting more sleep in. And I'm also like trying to walk in nature to get some more of like just that mental recovery. And thankfully, now that the summer has started, I'm not in school, so I'll be taking summer classes, but I'll just have more time to just relax. So not playing video games, because that's not relaxing, but, something along those lines, right? And I think that's the goal, is just, make sure you rest, okay? Because sure, doing all this shit is cool, and it makes my ego feel great, but on the other hand, I'm actually doing worse than the guy who's doing less than me. Just something to think about.